Hello and welcome to another YouTube video. In this video, we'll be building a password generator. If you don't know what a password generator is, you'll know about it very soon. If you're new here, join our Telegram channel, join the Telegram group as well. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Thank you. Now, if you've ever created an account before and you have a Google account, when you click in any password field, Google gives you this option to suggest a password. If you click on it, you see a password that Google suggests for you. This password is often stronger than anyone you could bring up yourself. So today we'll learn how to be able to build one ourselves. It will function like a program that Google uses to bring up this password. So for us to start, we'll write first of all the bare bones of the program. That's the part that mainly does not yet have the functionality. Okay, now we have the bare bones of the program. So we continue by working towards the end goal, which is to build the password generator. For us to start, we first of all have to know the length of the password the person requires. We will declare a variable length and get the length from the person who wants the password. Then we can be able to capture it using scanf. After that is done, we'll declare an array, that's a character array or a string that is going to hold all the characters of the password. So we'll call the password, and it should be the size of the length the person wants plus 1. This plus 1 is because your program has to leave an extra space to store what we call the string terminator, so that we'll be able to know when the string ends. So with that said, now it's time for us to build the functional parts of the password generator. For us to be able to do that, you need to have a little bit of understanding of coding systems or character coding system. A coding scheme or coding system is just a mapping of characters to numbers. So these numbers can be interpreted by a program. So in this case, we are looking at the ASCII code table, and we can see the mapping of the numbers to the characters. For example, 33 is the exclamation mark, 32 is a space, 101 is the small e. So with all that, but when we look at it, we see that from 0 to 32 are all characters that cannot be printed. So in this case, they cannot be part of a password. You cannot put a space as a password because you cannot see it. You only see a space, for example, when there are two characters and the space is in between before you can see it. So in this case, we know that we can only consider characters that start from the code 33 right up to 126. For example, delete also you cannot see delete. You cannot type it on the screen and see it. It's actually just an action character. So in this case, we consider only characters in the range 33 to 126. So we come back to our program here. What we need to do is to have a loop that will fill in the characters in the password. So now it's time for us to fill the password string. So in this case, we want to fill it with random characters because that's the essence of the password, but the characters should be as random as possible. So for us to be able to get the random number, we use the rand function. The rand function is declared in the header file stdlib. So we'll include it first. So when we include it, we'll be able to use this rand function. This rand function returns a number that is between 0 and 2 raised to the power 32 minus 1 on a typical 32-bit computer. So in this case, we want to get this and assign it to the password string. at each point in time. But now this range is too big for the character map that we had there as we saw it. So it is too big for that. We only want characters that at most 126, the code should be at most 126. So for us to put in that range, we can easily do a modular arithmetic here, modulo 127. So when you do modulo 127, all your numbers will be less than 127, 126 and below. But in this case, we also see that we don't want something that is below 33, because under 33, we don't have characters that can be part of the password. So for us to do that, we add 33 to this, so whatever we get. But now if we add 33 to whatever we get, we also see that it will exceed this range which we have put for ourselves. That's 126. We had 126 here, for example, plus 33, we will exceed the range. So in this case, for us to have the perfect range, we subtract 33 from the modulo number. So with that done, we have it right here. So you can see that I've directly assigned an integer to a character, because the character array holds characters. I'm really assigning it like that. It's because the C programming language can actually interpret the integer as a character using this character table as we saw right there. So with that said, now when all of this has been set in the character, we need to set the last of them. We need to set the last character to the string terminator so that your program will be able to identify where it should end when it is passing the string. So now we now print the string, which is a password that we have gotten for the person to see. So we say password generated is, I'll print the password. So let's go on and run our program. So our program is running now. Let's try it then. Let's say 12. Enter 12. And yes, we have a password that has been generated for us. This password has 12 characters each. So each time we run the program, we'll be able to get an answer. And again, this is what we get. Let's put 15 now. And we have a 15 character long password. So that's exactly how you can be your own password generator. It's very easy and straight to the point. If you did not understand anything, you can ask in the comments below. Also, don't forget to join the Telegram group and the Telegram channel. I will share the source code there, and if you have any questions, you might ask there as well. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you.